welcome back to my channel. Today topic is Indian Penal Code IPC section. Is official criminal code Republic of India inherited from British India after independence. It is comprehensive code intended by cover all substantive aspect of criminal law. Code was drafted on the recommendation of the First Law Commission of India established in 1834 under the Charter Act of 1833 under the chairmanship of Thomas Babington Macaulay. It came into force of subcontinent during British rule 1862. However, did not apply automatically princely state which had their own court and legal system until 1940. Code was since been amended several times, is now supplemented by other criminal provision. Indian Penal Code 1860, Imperial Legislative Council, long titled an act to provide general penal code of India. Citation Act number 45 of 1860, territorial extent India, enacted by Imperial Legislative Council, enacted 6 October 1860, ascended to 6 October 1860, commenced 1 January 1862, committee report First Law Commission, amended by C amendment related legislation. Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, status in force amended. After Partition of India 1947, British Indian Penal Code was inherited by the Dominions India and Pakistan, where it is continuous independently Indian Penal Code, Pakistan Penal Code respectively. After the independent Bangladesh from Pakistan, the code continued further. Code was adopted by British Colonial Authority, Colonial Burma, British Ceylon, modern Sri Lanka, Strait Settlement, now part of Malaysia, Singapore and Brunei, and remain basis of criminal code those countries. On 11 August 2023, government introduced bill in Lok Sabha to replace Indian Penal Code draft called Bharat Nyaya Sanhita BNS. History. Draft of Indian Penal Code prepared by the First Law Commission chaired by Thomas Babington Macaulay in 1834. It was submitted Governor General of Indian Council 1835. Based on simplified codification law, England and time of element were also derived from the Napoleonic Code and Edward Livingston Louisiana Civil Code 1825. First final draft Indian Penal Code was submitted Governor General India Council 1837. But draft was again revised. Draft was completed in 1850. Code was presented to Legislative Council of 1856, but it did not take place on the statute book British India until generation later following India rebellion of 1857. Draft then underwent the very careful revision hands of Barnes Peacock, who later became the first Chief Justice of Calcutta High Court and the future puny judge Calcutta High Court, who were member of Legislative Council, and was passed into law on 6 October 1860. Code came into operation on 1 January 1862. Macaulay did not survey to see penal code. He wrote come into force having died near the end of 1859. Code came into force Jammu and Kashmir on 31 October 2019. Virtue of Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 under the replaced state Ranbir Penal Code. Objective of Act to provide General Penal Code of India. Though not initial objective, the Act does not repeal Penal Code laws which is our force of time coming into force of India. This was done because code does not contain all the offence and was possible that some offence might have still been left out the code, which were not intended exempt from penal consequence through code consolidates and whole of law subject and exhaustive of matter respect which the declare law. Many more penal statutes governing various offences have been created in addition to the code structure. Indian Penal Code 1860 subdivided into 23 chapter comprises 511 section. Code start with introduction, provide explanation and exception used to cover wide range of offence outline present in the following table. Indian Penal Code 1860 section 1 to 511 chapter section cover classification offence. Chapter 1 section 1 to 5 introduction. Chapter 2 section 6 to 52 general explanation. Chapter 3 section 53 to 75 of punishment. Chapter 4 section 76 to 106 general exception right to private under defense of a section 96 to 106 chapter 5 section 107 to 120 apartment chapter 5a section 120a to 120b criminal conspiracy chapter 6 section 121 to 130 offense against state chapter 7 section 131 to 140 of offense relating army navy air force chapter 8 section 141 to 160 offense against public tranquility chapter 9 section 161 to 171 offense by relating public servant chapter 9a section 171a to 171 I offense relating election chapter 10 section 172 to 190 contempts lawful authority of public servant chapter 11 section 191 to 229 false evidence offense against public justice chapter 12 section 230 to 263 offense relating coin government stamp chapter 13 section 264 to 267 offense relating weight and measure chapter 14 section 268 to 294 offense affecting public health safety convenience and decency of morals chapter 15 section 295 to 298 offense relating religion chapter 6 section 299 to 377 of offense affecting human body offense affecting life including murder culpable homicide section 299 to 311 causing of injury to unborn children exposure infants and the concealment birth and the section of 312 to 308 of her section 319 to 338 wrongful restraint wrongful confinement section 339 to 348 criminal force assault section 349 to 358 kidnapping abduction slavery forced labor section 359 to 374 sexual offense of including rape and sodomy section 375 to 377 chapter 17 section 378 to 462 of offense against property theft section 378 to 382 extortion section 383 to 389 robbery and dacoity section 390 to 402 criminal misappropriation property section 403 to 404 criminal breach trust section 405 to 409 of receiving stolen property section 410 to 414 cheating section 415 to 420 fraudulent deeds and disposition of property section 421 to 424 mischief section 425 to 440 criminal trespass section 441 to 462 chapter 18 section 463 to 489 e offense relating document property marks and offense relating document section 463 to 477a offense relating property and other marks section 478 to 489 offense relating currency note and bank note section 489A to 489E chapter 19 section 490 to 492 criminal breach contracts and service chapter 20 section 493 to 498 offense relating marriage chapter 20a section 498a cruelty husband relative of husband chapter 21 section 499 to 502 defamation chapter 22 section 503 to 510 criminal intimidation and insult and annoyance chapter 23 section 511 attempt commits offense detail list all IPC law which include avoid here wherever voluntary has been carnal intercourse against the order nature with any man woman or animal shall be punished with the imprisonment of life with the imprisonment of either description for term which were extended 10 years and shall be also liable to fine penetration suspicion and sufficient to constitute carnal intercourse necessary for offense described this section section 377 Delhi High Court 2 July 2009 gave a liberal interpretation section laid down with this section cannot be used to punish to act consensual sexual intercourse between two same-sex individuals. On 11 December 2013, Supreme Court of India overruled judgment given by the Delhi High Court 2009 clarified section 377 which hold same-sex relation unnatural does not suffer from unconstitutionality. Under the bench side, we hold that section 377 does not suffer from unconstitutionality under the declaration made by Division Bench of High Court legally unsustainable and however said notwithstanding the verdict completed and legislature shall be free to describe desirability appropriate deleting section 377 from statute book. Statute book amended is as per suggestion made by Attorney General of GE Vaganwadi on 8 January 2018. Supreme Court agreed to reconsider 2018 decision after much deliberation of agreed decriminalize parts of section 377 that criminalizes same-sex relations. 6 September 2018 judgment Suresh Kumar Kusal West Nas Foundation was overruled. Attempt to commit suicide section 309 Indian Penal Code deals with the suicide attempt whereby attempting to die by suicide punishable with imprisonment up to 1 year. Considering long-standing demand recommendation of the Law Commission of India which was repeatedly endorsed repeal this section, Government of India December 2014 decided to decriminalize attempt to die by suicide, dropping section 309 IPC from the statute book. February 2015 Legislative Department Ministry of Law and Justice was asked by government prepare draft amendment bill this regard. On August 2015 ruling Rajasthan High Court made by Jain practice undertaking voluntary death by fasting under the end of the person life known as Jaintara punishable under section 306 and 309. The IPC led by some controversy which some section of the Jain community urging to Prime Minister move to Supreme Court against order. 31 August 2015 Supreme Court admitted petition Akhil Bharat Varshia Digambar Jain Parishad granted leave to stay decision High Court lifted from ban practice. 2017 new Mental Health Care Act of India was signed. Section 115 1 of Act effective of decriminalized suicide saying anyone of attempt to suicide shall presumed unless proved otherwise they have severe stress that shall not be tied to punished under the said code. Adultery section 497. Section 497 Indian Penal Code was been critical one of the hand of allegedly treating woman private and property had been husband and the other hand of giving woman complete and production against punishment of adultery section was unanimously struck down on 27 September 2018. 5-judge bench of Supreme Court in case Joseph Shine versus Indian Union of being unconstitutional and demanding of dignity of woman adultery continue ground seeking divorce of civil court and no longer criminal offence of India death penalty. Section 120B criminal conspiracy, 121 war against government of India, 132 mutiny, 194 false evidence procure conviction for capital offence, 302 303 murder has been declared unconstitutional in the case of Mittu Singh versus State of Punjab, 300 by abetting suicide, 364 A kidnapping, ransom, 396 dacoity with murder, 376 A rape, 376 AB rape a woman under the 12 year of age, 376 DB gang rape on woman under the 12 year of age and 376 E repeat offender have been death penalty of maximum allowable punishment. There are ongoing debate about abolishing capital punishment. Still major activity are debating on the topic. Criminal justice reform. 2003 Malimath committee they submitted report of recommending several for reaching penal reforms including separation investigation prosecution of similar to CPS in UK streamline criminal justice system is the essence. Report was perceived need the shift from the adversarial inquisitorial criminal justice system based on continental European system amendments. The code has been amended several times. Short title of amending legislation: 1. Repealing Act 1870, 14 1870. 2. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1870, 27 1870. 3. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1872, 19 1872. 4. Indian Oaths Act 1873, 10 1873. 5. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1882, 8 1882. 6. Code of Criminal Procedure 1882, 10 1882. 7. Indian Criminal Law Amendment Act 1886, 10 1886. 8. Indian Marine Act 1887, 14 1887. 9. Metal Tokens and Act 1989, 1 1889. 10. Indian Merchandise Marks Act 1889, 4 1889. 11. Cantonment Act 1889, 13 1889. 12. Indian Act 1890, 9 1890. 13. Indian Criminal Amendment Act 1891, 10 1891. 14. Amendment Act 1891, 12 1891. 15. The Indian Criminal Law Amendment Act 1894, 3 1894. 16. Indian Criminal Law Amendment Act 1895, 3 1895. 17. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1896, 6 1896. 18. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1898, 4 1898. 19. The Currency Note Forgery Act 1899, 12 1899. 20. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1910, 3 1910. The Indian Criminal Law Amendment Act 21 1930, 8 22. The Indian Election Offence Inquiries Act 1920. 23. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1921, 16. 24. The Indian Penal Code Act Amendment Act 1923, 20. 25. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1924, 5. 26. Indian Criminal Code Amendment Act 1924, 18. The 27. Workman Breach Contract Repealing Act 1925, 3. 29. Obscene Publication Act 1925, 8. 29. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1925, 29. 30. Repealing and Amendment Act 1927, 10. 31. Criminal Law Amendment Act 1927, 25. 32. Repealing Amendment Act 1930, 8. 1930. 33. Indian Air Force Act 1932, 14 1932. 34. Amendment Act 1934, 35 1934. 35. Government of India, Indian Laws and Order 1937 to 1937. 36. Criminal Law Amendment Act 1939, 22 1939. 37. Offence Ships Aircraft Act 1942, 4 1940. 38. Indian Merchandise Marks Amendment Act 1941, 2 1941. 39. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1942, 8 1942. 40. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1943 to 6 1943. 41. Indian Independent Adoption of Central Act Ordinance under the 1948. 42. Criminal Law Removal Racial Discrimination Act 1949, 17 1949. 43. Indian Penal Code Code of the Criminal Procedure Amendment Act 1949, 42 1949. 44. Adoption Law Order 1952, 1950, 44. Adoption Law Order 1950 to 1950. 45. Repealing Amendment Act 1950, 35 1950. 46. Part B State Law Act of 1951, 3 1951. 47. Criminal Law Amendment Act 1952, 46 1952. 48. Repealing Amendment Act 1952, 48 1952. 49. Repealing Amendment Act 1953, 42 1943 at the 50. Code of Criminal Procedure Amendment Act 1955. 26 1955. 51. Adoption Law Number 2 Order 1956, 1956. 52. Repealing Amendment Act 1957, 36. 53. Criminal Law Amendment Act 1958. 54. Trade and Merchandise Mark Act 1958, 43. 55. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1959. 56. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1961, 41 1961. 57. Anti-Corruption Law Amendment Act 1964, 40 1964. 58. Criminal and Election Law Amendment Act 1969, 35. 59. Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1969, 36. 60. Criminal Law Amendment Act 1972, 31 1972. 6. Employee Provident Fund Family Pension Fund Amendment Act 1973, 40. 62. Employee State Insurance Amendment Act 1975, 38. The Election Law Amendment Act 1975, 1975. 64. Criminal Law Amendment Act 1983, 43 1983. 65. Criminal Law Second Amendment Act 1983, 46 1983. 66. Dowry Prohibition Amendment Act 1980. 67. Employee Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Amendment Act 1988, 33. 68 Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. 49. 69 Criminal Law Amendment Act 1993 to 42 1993. 70 Indian Penal Code Amendment Act 1995 24 1995. 71 Information Technology Act 2021 2072. Election Law Amendment Act 2003 24. 2003 73 Criminal Procedure Amendment Act 2005. 25 2005. 74 Criminal Law Amendment Act 2005 under 2 2006. 75 Information Technology Amendment Act 2008 10 2009. 76 Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013 13 2013. 17 Criminal Law Amendment Act 2008 22 2008. 78 Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019 34 2019. Acclaim code universally acknowledged as urgently draft code again time it has substitutionally surveyed for 150 years several jurisdictions without major amendment. Nicholas Phillips, Justice of Supreme Court, United Kingdom, applauded efficacy relevance of IPC while commemorating 150 year of IPC. Modern crime involving technology unheard during the Macaulay time if it easily with the code of Penal because of broadness code drafting. Cultural reference. Some reference specific section of IPC have entered popular speech in India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Instant man the referred 420 after section 420 which cover cheating. Similarly specific reference section 302 punishment death under the section of 302 Indian Penal Code which cover death penalty have been part of common knowledge region and repeated mention Bollywood movies and regional bulk of the literature. Tafa 302 was also named Bollywood movie released in 1975. Similarly, Sri 420 was named 1958 Bollywood movie starring Raj Kapoor and Chechi 420 was Bollywood movie released in 1997 starring Kamal Hassan.